Hello everybody, I'm here at Lake Milton, Ohio for the 41st annual running of the Northern Ohio chapter of the Oldsmobile Club of America, 41st annual All Oldsmobile Show. Okay, so let's go. So what we've got going on here is, and I'm just hoping the music is going to get me copyright flagged, but we've got the swap meet side, we've got obviously the car show side there, we've got the swap meet side here, and I said this before on my other OCA video from last year, swap meets can be so valuable if you need old parts. Sometimes it's the only place you can get stuff when you're putting a car together. The attendance is not that good this year because we had a major rainstorm yesterday. We almost had flooding in my neighborhood. And it was still raining this morning, so I'm sure that scared some people away. But let's see what they have at the swap meet. Hey, and I know this guy, Gary. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Bob.
Yeah. And I know I've seen this car online. I have yet to see it in person. This is nice. Could you explain to me what you just got done saying about the SX option package? I've seen it, but before today I could not explain what that option package really is.
So it's called a Y79 performance package, and it's only available on Cutlass Supreme hardtops and convertibles, and it was available in 1970 and 1971. So this car is a 71.
And we know that because it's got the non-blacked out headlight buckets. This is one of the key giveaways.
That's one of the keys. The grille is different on a 71 because those are not reproduced actually. Like
they are in some of the
other years. Those are actually metal, not plastic.
Oh, you're kidding me. Wow.
And so in a 71 SX convertible, there were 357 of them built. Oh, wow. And so this is one of those, and it included the 455 engine. In 71, they were all 4-barrel carburetors. And it's a turbo 400 automatic transmission, has the 442 notch bumper with dual exhausts. G
heads?
Yes.
G or GA?
G.
G heads?
G heads.
I mean, we were saying it probably should be the 455 blue, a little bit different tint.
This is not a correct shade of blue on this particular car, but they were blue originally.
And you said the coolant overflow bottle was not available unless it was a dealer installed, right?
Right, that was available actually on the 72 model year cars. So yeah, it was a common retrofit.
But this is interesting. So it came this way with the cutouts, the trumpeted bumper is, you said, for the SX model?
Yeah. Now this car does not have the correct exhaust trumpets on it because it's got a MagnaFlow exhaust. Typically it would have the same trumpets that you would see on a 442. And then they had a 256 rear end, kind of like a turnpike cruiser type concept. So it's really great on the highway.
Wow.
You know, at 70 miles an hour, it's really limping along. White
top, white interior, bench seat with the fold down armrest. So this is, I guess, technically a 6-passenger vehicle, right?
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Rally steering wheel is factory?
Yes.
Column
it was an
shift?
option, but it was an option. But yes, it is factory.
It's a very interesting kind of mix of performance and luxury.
Yeah, it is. It is. Some people thought it was to save on insurance because there's nothing in the VIN that indicates that this car is a 455 in it.
Got it.
So it's like a 442 and a 71.
Because by this time, that's when insurance rates went up. And,
yeah.
Very cool car. Thank you.
You bet.
Gary, if you wouldn't mind saying that last part again, about what you do with this car, because you have another one that's nicer, right? Restored.
It's a bit nicer, for sure. Yeah, so this car does get driven a lot. It's been in the rain, and rain doesn't seem to hurt it any. We just stay away from road salt. But we've enjoyed it as a family. My wife would like nothing better if I would take her to work in any car and pick her up in this one with the top down, and we would just go drive maybe 50, 60 miles after work, going nowhere, just having fun.
Nice. And that's what it's about, right? There was somebody, somebody said, Mike Sharp, actually, a guy said that it's not the stuff that you have. And a wealthy guy said it gives you an excuse to spend time with people and do fun things.
Absolutely, that's the best part of it for sure.
And here is a very pretty 71, again, non-blacked out. And it's got, I'm not sure we'd call these bumper guards. You don't usually see that, but a nice red Cutlass convertible. And, by the way, bolt-on center caps. And the 71 with has that style tail light, undivided, I guess you could say. But it's a very nice car. Can't tell you anything about them, but here's a nice wagon. I just, obviously a survivor car, but these are kind of cool. You don't see a lot of these, right? But I guess this is a Cutlass. This is 69. It's kind of cool. And let's contrast the rear end, the 70 bumper, right, with the vertical cutouts, trumpets. Nice paint job on this. And thingy on the hood that sticks down, 70 only, the headbanger thing. Probably pretty much every old guy's been around these has banged their head on those at least once. Very nice car, beautiful. And here's a 69 Cutlass S convertible, and you can see the continuation of that thing in the middle of the hood. It is a different hood. You can see that isn't as long, but it's got a distinctive front end on the 69. Beautiful car. Very nice paint job. I love that Cutlass S emblem, the way it sticks out. I just think that's kind of a cool thing. Small blocks of this area should be gold colored. Big blocks would be the 455 blue. It's like a metallic bluish. Man, this thing's really nice. Look at all those factory style hose clamps. That's gorgeous. The way you can get that to look that nice is you look at getting one that's replated. Vacuum canister. A lot of new hardware on this thing, including the correct style battery cables. Depends how detailed you want to get with your restorations, right? Air conditioning car. Beautiful. Very nicely done. That actually might be good for me to refer to on how certain things, even though I'm not trying to make mine look stock, it should be a good car to refer to for how things should actually look under here, probably. I'm not the most knowledgeable person. There's probably things I'm missing that I don't know about, but it looks really good to me. Oop. And I just banged my head on that thing like I told you guys. Contrast the 69 front end to the 68 with the separated headlights and the single grille, unsplit grille. 68's very unique way they looked. Another gorgeous car here, 442. I think they call those dog dish or poverty hubcaps. Look at that, the original style tires. Look how narrow those things were. These things had to burn rubber like crazy. And I believe this would be a 400. The 400s are bronze, and it's got an aftermarket. An old Edelbrock 04B. There's an old style Edelbrock intake manifold. C heads. Don't know 100% for sure what heads would have come on it. It's probably correct. That window there. Man, beautiful car. And different rear end on the 68s. I always did like the 68s. They're very unique looking. Trumpets. And here's a 67. You have the same split headlights as the 68 does. But you have the different, the squarer body. This is the previous body style here, but they're beautiful. And don't know if this is an original 442, but this one is definitely not stock. So we've got Edelbrock aluminum heads, Edelbrock dual planar PM air gap intake, big blocks. Big blocks are easy to tell because you see that ridge right there on top of the timing chain cover. That indicates it's a big block. But tall aluminum valve covers, which probably means it's got some money in the valve train, I would bet. Some nice coated headers there. Look like they're pretty decent sized headers, so. Manual brakes, no power brakes, and no power steering either. It's pretty basic. This is cool. I just noticed this car, the sticker on the window says that this is the original paint. I mean, the paint's not perfect, but wow, it's gorgeous for being original. It's unbelievable. I'm really impressed now. It's stunning. And now we've got over here a 66, 67 split headlights, 66 there together. Pretty much the same body style, I think same stampings anyway. Tricarb 400. Not as much badging indicating a 442 and 66, which is interesting. A little badge there in the corner of the trunk. Quarter panel there. But nothing up front. Oh.
The other guy gave it to him. Gave it to Red.
I don't know.
Yeah, help yourself.
Very nice car, beautiful car. Here's that 67. It sounds really nice. shown all these different cars, not these specific cars, but on my OCA video, that got a lot of views. But here's a 65 442. It's like the 65 442s. I mean, I guess the badges are kind of in the same place as a 66, but it's very subtle. I mean, it doesn't jump out at you. I would guess the wheels are not chrome from the factory. Beautiful car. Now, it would not have come with chrome wheels, right? It would not have come with chromed wheels, correct? From the factory. Was it really?
Take that too.
Wow, well, that's pretty cool. So what you're showing here is it's a factory option to get the chromed wheels. No kidding. The first unique wheel option courtesy of the N98 chrome wheel option.
Summit Racing.
Yeah.
In Talmadge.
Yep. It's a gorgeous car. 4-speed. 400, right? So I was getting gas before we got on the highway back in Ravenna. You guys were at the same gas station. I'm like, oh man, I got a couple friends who have had wagons like this, and I just met here today. So this is Myron, right? And your son Cole, right?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Nice to meet you.
And then we realized once we got here that it's not that my friends had a wagon like this. This was Brent and Ken's station wagon.
Absolutely. So after we got here and we were talking, turns out exactly that.
The car.
The car.
With the 16-inch torque thrust Ds, and you might recognize those from Brent's Grand National and the Hot Rod Power Tour video. I think he bought 8 of those wheels or something like that back in that day.
Yeah, it turns out we've had the car for about 13 years.
Wow.
And we bought it from Brent, called him up to an ad that he posted in Wapakoneta. We're near Akron, and as it turned out, he said, hey, we couldn't get down there to see him, but he's like, hey, my parents live in North Canton. We'll bring it up to you.
So he brought you the car for you to look at. He wasn't even committed yet to buy it.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And he brought it up.
And knowing Brent, that surprises me zero.
And we took a look at it, and we were just like, oh my gosh, this dude is super cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that he drove it up from Cincinnati, we're buying this car today. So.
Say about the boxes on your doorstep. Could you say that?
So, over the years since we bought the car from Brent, it's been phenomenal. Every once in a while, we'll get home, and in front of the garage will be some plastic bins full of taillights and other parts. And then there was another time where there
parts that would fit this car.
Absolutely. And then another time was there were some bound like trim pieces and the roof rack and stuff like that. So all of these things, Brent has continued to help us with the hobby and get us all to continue to make sure we keep Amber on the road.
Yeah, he's good people.
Actually, he's phenomenal.
And this is a 77, did you say?
78.
78. I think Ken bought this car when he worked at the Vanderveer dealership like 30 years ago. 403. Turbo 400 and some mid 2 series gear, right? Not a great, not terrible, but a good overall.
I believe that's correct, the 273, and then it's got the custom dual exhaust that.
I'm 90% sure. I could be wrong on this, but you see the extension right there? I think I welded those, that extension in my garage. This is like a G body, I think, is what we started with. Man, I'm really going back, but it's a catback dual exhaust system. I'm pretty sure we will. I'm going to look up on my computer. I may still have pictures of doing this. I looked it up as soon as I got home, and lo and behold, yes, I do still have the pictures. So here's the dual exhaust. I honestly don't remember exactly how we did this. I think the passenger side is actually a single exhaust pipe. I don't remember what the driver's side was, but if you look in the middle of that Y there, that dark spot, we heated it up and we had to bend a dip in it. And I believe that was to clear the drive shaft. You can see clearly there, though it's been welded together. And the tailpipes here we had to basically extend out, and you can see those 2 welds there. And here you can see where that, the Y pipe there goes basically under the drive shaft. We had to make clearance for it. And, the kickouts worked pretty well. And yes, I believe Ken and I welded this exhaust up in August of 2003. Based on the date on this picture, it was August 31st of 2003 that this work was done. How crazy is that? To run into my own work, what is this? Just almost a few days short of 21 years later. If I can find them, I will. I think those are the Summit stainless turbo mufflers that were out at that time that we were putting on everything because they're stainless. And
absolutely. And this car, you'd be phenomenal. He's loved this car since he could drive. And he would drive into car shows such as this, and the old timers love that young blood is driving this car into the show. And once he'd start talking to him, no holds barred. So.
And Dave was pointing out one of the things, no wood grain, which I guess is unusual for a wagon. And didn't you also say it actually does not have the third row seating back here, right?
Correct. It was custom delete, both of those things.
That's interesting.
No wood grain, and no rear facing seat.
So it's only 6 passenger.
That's correct.
Yeah. And I noticed if we go to the other side, I think you said, I didn't realize this. I didn't see this car much after Brent bought it from Ken, but it does have a aftermarket steering wheel in with a Corvette middle. There are Corvette fans in that family.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And over
pretty
time,
cool.
we removed the headliner because it was.
Oh yeah, can we see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When the headliner fell, we decided to just accumulate old license plates from swap meets, garage sales, and everything like that. So
tell me again how you attached it.
So we created some furring strips about every 4 inches, and it goes from across the top, the width of it, and then we attached with small screws each of the license plates to those furring strips that went across.
And there's like this plaster stuff we put on there too. I don't remember what it was.
Huh.
Yep.
That's original. Yeah.
And of course the surfboard, man.
Yep, you gotta have the You gotta have the surfboard on there.
Actually, that surfboard, we found that surfboard, bought it from a guy on Craigslist when we were in South Carolina on vacation, probably about 10 years ago. So it made its way all the way from South Carolina back up to Ohio.
We also bring normally skis and a couple of old fishing rods, and including old Coleman coolers as well.
Yeah.
But today it was just easy, throw the board on and let's go.
I had a 94 Caprice wagon in SA, and there's nothing better on a road trip with like 5 adults when you have all your crap in the back and you have plenty of room. You're not, crowded like a car. And yeah, awesome.
And right on, this is obviously, you can see it's our rack rod, but as we go places on vacation, we include a bunch of stickers to the places where we go. So
oh, that's nice. That's cool. So these are just random.
We can't show it today, but this window is electric and it goes down, and then this also comes down as well.
Yeah.
So we've collected.
Yeah, that's cool. So it folds this way and opens the other way, both.
Yes.
Yep. Those are cool. So you can sit and tailgate on it. So awesome car. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hurst Olds. Don't know much about these in these years. It's got to be a 73 to 75. Very cool. Here's a G-body row. It's an 82, 83, I don't know.
You was right.
You can tell by the different grills. Man, those turn signals, those amber turn signals are beautiful. This is an 82. T-tops, very cool. This one's an 86. You can tell because it's got a third brake light. And the 86s have the distinctive grille. 78, I believe. Nice two-tone. '87 modular headlights. Another 86. Whew. This is not stock. It's a 403, right?
Yes.
Nice. You can tell by the 4A heads. Headers. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's his car. I can throw it.
Oh yeah? Oh, very cool. I didn't even notice the first time I walked past. Cowl induction hood. I love it. Not quite sure how it goes with the final top, but man, and the chrome trim on the bottom, but I do love the hood. All right, Alan, Bob, Cobbler Bob. Nice to meet you. And I have a special place in my heart, I think I mentioned to you, because the first muscle car I ever rode in was a 76 442, which is what this is, right?
Right.
How long have you had it?
About 6 years.
And do you know when it was painted?
About a year and a half ago.
Wow, it's a nice paint job. It's gorgeous. You said this is not a decal, it's stenciled and painted though, right?
Yes.
Like the factory would have done
Right,
it.
exactly.
What else can you tell me about the car? It's beautiful.
I bought it from the original owners.
Wow.
They had it in storage since 1984 in a heated building.
Wow.
And it hadn't ran since 1984.
Really?
So, and I got it running. The wheels, when they bought it brand new from the factory, they took off the original wheels and rims and everything, wrapped it all in bubble wrap, put Krager wheels on it.
Oh, wow.
And that's the way they were when I found it. So all the stuff was still wrapped up, never been used.
No kidding.
So I was able to put all the stuff back on.
So did you repaint the wheels or no?
No, they're not done.
No
They weren't
kidding.
painted, no.
Wow, look at that. They look, I mean, almost new.
Well, they were never used.
Yeah.
They're like
That's incredible.
Like new. So yeah, I put them back on, and then the original lacquer paint needed redone. So
Uh-huh.
it.
Swing out seats, right? I mean, they're
yeah.
they're halfway right now, it looks like. I'm not sure how that works, but I remember that
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, the swivel seats
That's cool.
makes it really nice.
Yeah.
And the awards I won.
Yeah, yeah.
Car, so.
And what's under the hood? The stock engine?
Yeah, 350 stock. It's a little bit under the. You can't see it under the engine, beefed up a little bit. But
Uh-huh.
Nothing crazy. I have no interest in racing.
Yeah, no, I see you've got
It's a
some
really
headers
nice
in there.
cruiser.
Some nice headers on there. It's a gorgeous car. Yeah.
Yeah, the hard to find parts for it. They don't make anything. I have to hunt down anything I needed for it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like the impact strips for the bumpers, I paid $1,800 for those.
You're kidding me. Now, what is the impact strip? That
This
the
vinyl,
rubber?
Yeah.
Wow, no
Yeah,
kidding.
so I got the bumpers re-chromed. They weren't. Bumpers looked fine, but they were, aging.
Wow.
There was no rust on the car at all. But
Yeah.
spending all the money on the paint job, decided to have the bumpers looking pristine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it paid off. It paid off. So.
The car was just so nice and clean and solid that I felt it needed to be done up right.
Beautiful car. I love it. I love
you.
it. Thank you very
so
much.
I'll look
Yep.
for your channel.
Yep. And I think this is the last car I'm going to be able to get for the day. I know you guys are packing up to leave, but I had to video this car. And you said this is the original paint, right?
It is the original paint, yeah.
This is phenomenal. I mean, it's nice. Obviously, it's not perfect, but
Exactly right.
I mean, but it is really nice.
You're looking almost, it's 49 years old. You don't see cars like that.
And this is a 75, did you say?
75.
Okay, so 73 through 75 have the round headlights.
Right, exactly.
You get to 76, 77, you get the square.
Exactly. I didn't see. I was hoping to see some of those today. I didn't see any.
I mean, the bottoms of the doors look like they're gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, it's just great. It's beautiful.
And the interior's not been reupholstered either, right?
Right. No, it's all
I mean, it's not perfect, but man, it's really nice.
for its age.
Yeah.
You beat it. I mean, a lot of people think it's a restored car. It's all new paint. That's
Right.
That's all original paint.
And is it a 350?
350.
And what, a turbo 350?
Yeah.
Transmission?
Oh, yeah. Yes. You caught me off guard there.
Yeah.
It's a long time since I talked cars.
Yeah.
I came across this car, not looking for a car, came across it, I couldn't pass it up.
How long have you had it?
Oh, it'd be a year now.
1 year? Okay, okay. Did you have these when you were younger, like this style car and
Well,
back in the day?
not a Cutlass. I had the Grand Prix,
Uh-huh.
loved it, and the Colonnade style. And,
Okay.
But I had the choice between my Camaro and the Cutlass, and I bought a Camaro, but always wanted that Cutlass.
Yeah.
Came across this, I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah.
Couldn't pass it up.
I'm Bob, by the way.
Popular cars. I'm Chris.
Chris, Cobbler Bob on YouTube. But thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. But now all of a sudden, I'm getting more people are like, I love this color. I love this color.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I just said? I just said off camera is 20 years ago I would not have liked this car or the color, but it's kind of like bell bottoms coming back in style, and now they're the rage, man. This is awesome. So.
Popular, very popular.
Yep.
Car. Seems like everybody has this car.
Yep. So the 41st annual All Oldsmobile Car Show at the American Legion in Lake Milton is a wrap. This was 2024's event, and we're crossing over here. I don't know. Is it Lake Milton? I don't know. It's some kind of body of water here, the reservoir, whatever. But next year's event is August 17th. 17th? Sunday, August 17th. And it's at the same place. That's 2025. And I didn't get enough time to really video everything I would have wanted to be honest with you. We had intermittent rain, you're talking to people, and I probably could have gotten there earlier. I didn't get there when it opened because it was raining at home. Also, they had the awards ceremony, so everyone went inside for the awards, and then basically as soon as we came out, I think there's more impending rain, so everybody kind of took off. But even though we had bad weather, it was still an awesome time, and it's really cool to get to connect with a bunch of Oldsmobile people, some that I'd never met before. Circling back around to that wagon, to see a wagon that I've worked on, that two of my buddies owned, that like I've done welding on, is just it's so funny, where something that you've done is, you know, still working 20 some years later is like, wow, you know, didn't really think of things that way. But so from that aspect, that was kind of cool to reconnect and to meet Myron, as well as to see some of the guys that I already know, like Dave Lowe and, you know, Mike Sibulus, and you know, those guys that are always the staples of these shows, and, you know, always contributors. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that little thumbs up button if you got some value out of this. Remember, it's cobbling and cars. I have two kinds of content, so hopefully one of the two or both of them tickle your fancy. All right, God bless you guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you very much. See ya.